Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So my name is Ashley Safford and I'm the moderator for today's presentation. I just want to thank all of you again for being here. We have a few housekeeping things to go over. All but the speakers will be muted for today's webinar so we can stay on track. After the presentation and as time permits, we'll answer any questions that you submit via the webinar control panel. I'll show you how to do that on the next slide. When the presentation is finished, we will list contact information for our entire Vape Research USA management team. Then this next slide is your webinar console. The orange arrow by the green lets you minimize and maximize your console. The pink denotes the area to type any questions you might have, and make sure to hit send, which is near the blue hash mark. Now I just want to introduce today's presenter, Fred Stacy, COO of Vape Research USA. So just a little bit about Fred. Over the past decade, Chief Operating Officer Fred Stacy has held numerous senior operating positions in software and technology, both in the U.S. and internationally. Fred also has a significant background in building and managing training groups and was responsible for the creation and build-out of corporate university training programs. He is also a published author and actively participates in multiple entrepreneurial companies. So let me go ahead and introduce Fred, and let's get this thing started.
Thank you very much, Ashley, and thank you all for attending. We'll try to make this as quick and painless as possible because obviously we understand you guys are all busy running your stores or organizations. So Ashley, if you could pop to the next slide, please. So I want to take a second and talk a little bit about who we are. Vape Research was founded in 2009. And as most great companies, it was founded to resolve a problem. The original person who made this site was traveling and was looking for his particular juice brand and wasn't able to find a local vape shop. From that, it made sense to him to create a way for people to actually find their local vape stores and find it quickly and effectively online. So he started a free site, ran it for years that way. Some of you may remember that at a time the site was completely free. It was very limited in functionality, but it did its job. People used it, found it. It did very well for what it was designed to do. Years later, the company had to become, or the site had to become a company. And a couple other people took it over and started to charge, minimal fees and expand the services and offering and redesign the website. And which leads us to, about 6 months ago, our partners, myself included, acquired the Vape Research USA site and company, and we've started to expand the services and changing the direction of the site. To offer more services, more products, more opportunities for advertising, and you probably noticed some of the changes going on the site as we've moved along. So one of the things, the thing we're here to talk about today, Ashley, if you could go to the next slide. This 2 steps to perfect fit, the consignment program you probably heard or actually talked to some of our people about. We wanted to take a minute because we've had a lot of questions about this program. So we wanted to have this webinar to be able to help people understand exactly what we're trying to accomplish. With a lot of the manufacturers in our industry, some do terms. Some have tried similar approaches, but I don't think anybody's ever approached the entire marketplace and tried to bring new products in a program in which stores can actually participate easily and without having to take a lot of the risk that it comes with putting new products on your shelf, because typically a store has to buy a product, whether they know it's going to sell or not, put it on their shelves, and hopefully it sells. And if it doesn't, it becomes part of the inventory back on a hidden shelf somewhere, it just takes up space and costs you money. So what we did is we went to these particular manufacturers and we negotiated the ability for us to bring these products to the storefronts and made it quite simple. The way it works is the storefront signs up for the consignment program. they pay for the cost of shipping, which is extremely low. For one of the products, it's just $20 to get the consignment package. The other manufacturers, $25. So it's not like we're trying to hide any fees or anything. So we ship the product, you put it on your shelves, and you sell the product, and then you pay the wholesale rates. It's that easy. If it doesn't sell, for some reason your marketplace may be a little bit different, maybe the product doesn't fit for what your consumers want, then all you have to do is simply ship it back to us. And you still, again, just the cost of shipping. There's no hidden fees, no nothing. And we've also negotiated with these manufacturers that every order, including the consignment one, goes into a wholesale rate, which we've negotiated based upon our connections in the marketplace. Logically, Vapor Search USA has one of the broadest reaches as far as storefronts and store listings, in the industry. So to us, it was a logical approach to be able to bring, manufacturers and storefronts together and really help help both sides of the industry, and maybe standardize things a little bit, because things have been in our industry, as there's not a lot of standard operating procedures as far as pricing or the way stores interact with manufacturers, and so we're hoping that this program makes it simple, easy, and effective for everybody involved. Next slide. So I don't want to go too deep into the products on here. There's obviously a lot of information on our sites about these things, but I thought it was interesting. I thought it was worth the time to take and talk a little bit about the two manufacturers and the products that are a part of these packages. Vaporware is based out of Colorado. They are relatively new in this scheme of things. However, their product line is absolutely top end. They manufacture wearables that have a vaporizer, as you can see in one of these images, in the one with the black. There's actually a tube that goes through the hoodie that acts as a drawstring, but is also a vaporizer, and they're very high quality made products, high end. They sell a lot direct themselves, but they don't have they haven't gone directly to a lot of the storefronts yet. And which is where we come in. So these are a couple of the options. Now you're going to see on these slides and our information open, on our website, you're going to see MSRPs, or the recommended pricing by the manufacturers for what the retail should be. However, the wholesale costs, you can contact us. And we'll talk to you about the wholesale rates. But because this is an open webinar, I didn't feel it was probably an appropriate place to discuss wholesale rates compared to MSRP. So please contact us if you're, when you want to talk about the wholesale rates comparatively. But I will tell you that the margins on both these product lines are exceptional. So these are a couple of the items. Absolutely love the design, the feel, and there's no question that these products sell. So next slide. And these are the two other garments that come with the package, which is the men's side. Now there are other garments for their tank tops and different kinds of things that they're adding to their lines, and they're constantly building out their product lines. But these are what we did is we worked with the manufacturer to pick out their most successful products, put it into a package, and make it simple so that a store could just try out, some of their best sellers. And then of course, after you sell, as you want to order more product, then you become a standard wholesale customer with them. But continuing getting the wholesale rates that we've negotiated. So next slide. So this is the part that makes up the vaporware product lines. These are the vaping systems. These actually come as a couple of these each come in the package, and they're the DLO3 and the DLO1s are simply the difference is the DLO1s are for the liquids for the e-juice, whereas the DLO3 is a 3-in-1 vaporizer kit. These are very, again, high quality, very well made very well put together, and we've had a lot of great, a lot of positive response. And actually, we've sold some of these ourselves on on one of our other e-commerce sites directly without any of the apparel. So they are available. All of these packages are available, sold separately. Next slide. So usually, though, they're sold as a combo pack. With a new person buying these products, they'll pick up a combo hoodie with a DLO of their choice. And this gives you an idea of just what the retail price is for this package for the initial consignment order. Now, once you go through these the four hoodies and the 5 DLOs, you can obviously order whatever products from their wholesale list you want, at a wide range of different types of products, and clearly whatever fits your store. It may be people in Florida may have different picks than people in Iowa or Minnesota. So the products are very wide and do vary. But they are all top-of-the-line quality. So next slide. So in-joint. I'm going to kind of brush through these real quick. There's a lot of detail in these. There's a lot of different products that come with the packages. In-joint is actually an international company. They've been in the U.S. market for a while. Internationally, they've been working for quite some time. Phenomenal products. If you could hit the next slide, Ashley. There's 3 different options in these. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of heavy detail again. There are different flavorings. There are ready-to-vape juices. And what they do, in-joint specializes. It's not CBDs. It's not. I just got a message that the audio connection. I hope you all can hear me now. Let me start back over. In-joint is not a CBD related, or it has no cannabis in it at all. What they do is they produce a product that has terpenes in it, which is a chemical that's naturally created in our body, and it's not illegal anywhere. There's no reason why, if you currently sell vaporizers, that you couldn't sell the in-joint product lines that we put in these packages. Now, Ashley, if you could flip, there's again 3 different packages of various different types. The in-joint mood changers, which is the terpene juices, come in blister packs. You also get the refill bottles, and there's some spectacular 3-in-1 vaporizers that also can come with these. These products sell extremely well. They're very well packaged. They stick out, and there's high demand for these products once they're in the store. But not a lot of storefronts have these. So again, it's a unique product line that we selected along with vaporware that we knew would sell. Now, if you could flip to the next slide, Ashley. And let's do one more. I think it's important for me to speak to this. We've been talking with vape stores, and there are probably a percentage of the vape stores that are consider themselves more family oriented. In-joint, as you can tell by their name, by their packaging, some of their product lines are very much geared to relate to the cannabis market. And there's no sense in hiding that. It's obvious to everybody. And these storefronts have said they like the concept, they like the idea of having the product sell, but they like to have a package put together of products that are more vapor friendly, and less on the cannabis side and more on the vapor side. So we've gone back to the manufacturer, and we're working with them. And within the next week, we'll have a product selection put together that'll be more geared towards the family-oriented shops. Now, a lot of shops we talk to are absolutely not afraid of putting things on the shelf that that cross over that line. But there are plenty of vape shops that still definitely do want to keep themselves as a family-friendly operation, but they need products that they can sell. And so we will be putting that together. We did hear what the customers had to say, and we will obviously continue to work with the manufacturers to make sure to supply that. Next slide. This program is not a one hit and we're done, select a couple of products. We are actually currently evaluating multiple manufacturers. When we launched this product, or the whole program, we actually had quite a few manufacturers reach out to us. We heard an overwhelming response from the store owners and the manufacturers that there's a need. There's a need to connect, good quality products to stores, that normally do not get access to it. And we want to hear from our customers too, and we're always interested to hear, what products you are looking for. So if you could hop to the next slide, Ashley. All right, so one of the things I do want to ask you guys, and we'll be following up after this, after the webinar in the days to come. One of the things, there are a couple of things I'd like you to think about as a store owner is, what are the products that you want to see in your store in the future? How do you find out and get new products in your store too? I get a lot of spam, and I'm sure you all do too. Email marketing is heavy in this industry. We do it. A lot of the manufacturers do it. And, from China, we get a lot of emails, just random emails from companies from there too. But I don't know, I've gotten some feedback from where people get their products, and I hear things like customers, bought something, come in and ask for it. They do the research, they find these products. I'd be interested to find out if, how you are getting your products, where you look for them, and what you want to see in your store in the future. And I'm also interested, I like to understand the marketplace, and we as a company do a lot of research ourselves, and we want to understand, are you expanding your product offerings constantly? Do you bring in new products, or has your store kind of become I guess static with the products that you currently sell and sells to your audience? These are the things that can help us change and direct this program as necessary to provide the products that companies want or that storefronts want in their in their store to sell. So next slide. So I wanted to take a minute too to talk about our future here at Vapor Search USA. As you've seen, there's been a lot of changes. We've been creating more attention for events. The stuff that goes on around the country, I think it's an important piece of our site to allow these events to advertise and let themselves be known to the vapor industry. These things are the way we grow this industry and connect each other. So always looking to support the events, but we're also looking to support the consumers and connecting with the stores and the right store that they want to they could visit locally, whether it be via mobile or desktop or however they find it. So a couple of things that are going on in the background here. We are going through a site redesign. As many of you know, you've probably built your own website or been involved with decision making around that. That's never an easy undertaking, especially when you deal in the kind of traffic and volume that we have. So the site redesign is a critical piece for our future. The app build out is also a critical piece. Although our site's very mobile friendly, we feel like an app, based on the geo mapping, is a critical piece to move forward also. And there'll be additional programs that are geared towards both the consumers and the business owners. With Vapor Search USA, we have a careful balance between, drawing in traffic from the consumers so that they can find the stores. Manufacturers and stores to have opportunities to communicate with each other, via advertising or marketing methods. There's going to be additional programs geared towards both sides. So you're going to see, as in the months coming, we've got a pretty aggressive growth plan, and we've been able to really improve a lot of things on the site and in the company and how we do business. I think you'll really enjoy the changes that are coming up. So we're looking forward to releasing those, and again, always open to I talk to a lot of manufacturers, and and a lot of store owners as much as I can, and I'm always open to suggestions, things you see in the marketplace. The things that we need to do to make our site successful are usually come from our audience and the people who use our services. Next slide. So at this point, I know we scheduled this for an hour. I didn't want to take that much time. I do always like to leave, some time at the end for a little Q&A, to give you an opportunity to ask the questions. And I do see that there are quite a few questions that have come in. So Ashley, if you want to come back on and read out the questions, that'd be great.
Awesome. Thanks, Fred, for today's presentation. So we did have a few questions come in. The first question is, how long do you or can you keep the products without paying for them?
Yeah, obviously it's no one's going to give away free products. So the consignment program is for 30 days. You receive the shipment, you have 30 days on your shelf without being paid anything, and at that point, if it doesn't sell, ship it back, which we suspect won't happen. However, if for some reason your market doesn't buy the products or doesn't, your audience doesn't see an interest, you can definitely, ship it back to us for just the cost of shipping.
Awesome. Do you charge a restocking fee if I return the unsold ones?
No, absolutely not. Again, part of our deal with these manufacturers is we had to make sure that, it was as simple and easy for the audience, for the store owners to get this stuff in there, to get this stuff on their shelf and have the opportunity to make sure that their audience, their market will buy these products.
Are you hoping to add any hardware products to this program, like batteries and or glass tanks? Sorry.
I have been contacted by manufacturers in both of those. The key for us is to find unique products that we know sell, have a history of sales, and although it may not necessarily be in our market, we're looking for unique items. So if there's a manufacturer online that happens to be asking that question, please feel free to reach out to us. If it's a storefront and has some particular products or companies that they know they would like to see in this program, please let me know. I am definitely open to it. But we are evaluating a couple of battery manufacturers and some tanks. I don't know for sure off the top of my head if they're glass tanks, though, to be quite forward.
Okay, can I work directly with the manufacturer?
Because we negotiated these programs, the consignment program is only through us. They obviously anybody can contact the manufacturer directly. However, we do have to get the wholesale rates that we've negotiated and the consignment program, you do have to go direct through us.
Okay. What is the in-joint disposable vaporizer?
It's much like an e-cigarette. You've seen the blister packs on the images. They're individually packed, e-cigarettes that have the terpenes in them for different moods. So there's ones for focus, there's ones for relax or drowsiness. They're different things.
I think that's the last question we got in. So, I just want to remind everyone, thanks Fred again for everything, that we're going to have future webinars coming up. And, we always do appreciate your feedback. So, don't ever hesitate to reach out to us and to Fred, for anything. Oh, and we have one more question come in. So real quick, sorry. When is your anticipated date of site redesign?
That's a good question. It's something that is kind of been fluid. We're expecting within the next few months to have some of the changes implemented. We have an extremely large database, and the structure of this site is more complex than it looks like on the front end. So we are working as fast as we can. It is a priority. It's just not something I could give a targeted date for yet. As soon as I do have a targeted date for the release, though, we will definitely notify our active client base.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, and we'll have this webinar up, soon for everybody to view again. So if you have any questions, our contact information's right there, and we wish all of you guys a good day, and we can't wait to hear from you.
Thank you all.